Buonasera, è pronto. Welcome studenti to Italiano Lezione 19. Now I know I promised you a whole bunch of math problems for this lesson, and I'm going to hold them off to Italiano Lezione 20. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because of something I did in Italiano Lezione 1. And that's when I pummeled you guys with a whole bunch of vocabulary words. And it was unfair to you, and I'm going to correct that from this lesson through like the next 3 or 4. Okay? My point in Italiano Lezione 1 was to teach you 2 words. The first was e, which is, and the second one was una, and uno, which is 1. Okay? In this lesson, I'm going to have you put on your imagination caps. Studenti, I want you to imagine that you're in a classroom, you're with all your friends, teacher walks in, and he has in front of him, a large tavolo. Now, I know there's a tavola and a tavolo, and I know some of you have done this research by now, but tavola is a table you eat off of. So we're not going to have a tavola in front of us. We're actually going to have a tavolo, which is more like a desk or a regular table. All right. Now, teacher walks in, he has a tavolo, and it's full of objects. Some of them are miniatures of real objects in real life. Some of them are the actual real objects. Now, he comes up and he says, "Che questo? Che questo?" Well, you're probably sitting there scratching your head. What the heck's he talking about? Well, he's starting to pick up these objects off the tavolo and holding them up. And every time he holds up an object, he says, "Che questo?" Which is, in Italian, what is this? What is, in Italian, che? Che is what? Questo in Italian is this. Che is what? Questo is this. Alright. Now, I'm going to play the role of both the teacher and you, the student. Okay? And in the next part, I'm going to say, "Che questo?" And then I'm going to say what you should say as the student, because you really can't physically see the objects. Okay? So, I'm going to play the role of the teacher and the student. Then I'm going to pause for a couple seconds. This is where I want you to pause the videotape and write down what you think is the answer. Don't worry if you don't get it right, because we're going to be covering this in the next few lessons. Okay? We just want you to take a guess. Afterwards, then I'm going to tell you what the correct translation was, and then I'll go on to the next object. Okay. Let's begin. I'm the teacher. I come up to you and I say, "Che questo?" And I am holding up an object, and you say, "È una sedia." You've just said, "It is a chair." I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È un caffè." You just held up a coffee. I just held up a coffee, and you said, "It is a coffee." I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È una tavola." You just said, "It is a table." I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È un ristorante." It is a restaurant. I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È un teatro." È un teatro. And that is a dinner type theater. This is where you'd have a live performance. Alright. The next object I hold up, I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È una banca." Well, I just held up a bank, so you say it is a bank. I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È un taxi." You just said, "It is a taxi." I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, "È un autobus." You just said, "It is a public bus." Like, public transportation bus. Okay. I hold up another object and I say, "Che questo?" And you say, è una cinema. È una cinema. Well, you just said that's a movie theater, place where you actually see movies, like on DVD. Okay? Now I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un negozio. You just said, this is a store. Or actually, it is a store. It is a store. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un museo. Well, you just said it is a museum. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è una via. Well, that is a street. It is a street. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è una statua. È una statua. You just said, it is a statue. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è una parca. È una parca. Well, you just said it's a park. A public park. And then, I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un telefono. You just said it's a telephone. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un cane. È un cane. Well, you just said it is a dog. I hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un gatto. You just said it is a cat. I then hold up another object and I say, che è questo? And you say, è una cassaforte. È una cassaforte. Well, you just said, it is a safe. And then, I hold up one more object, and I say, che è questo? And you say, è un orologio. And you just said, it is a watch. So every time I say, che è questo, you're going to say, it is something. And hopefully you learned that real quick in this lesson. I will cover this more in Italiano Lezione 20. And I will see you all in the very near future. Stay tuned.